For more information, visit my blog at www.simplebeautyblog.com. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing another first impression. I know, I keep trying out foundations though. Today we're going to be looking at the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. This is the newest foundation from MAC. It is smaller than a regular foundation. It's 0.84 fluid ounces. Most foundations are about 1 ounce or maybe sometimes a little bit more. And it retails for $32, I believe. If that's incorrect, I will notate it here in the video. I picked it up in the shade NC45. So I really wanted to try this foundation out because it's supposed to be a lightweight foundation, which is not typical of MAC foundations. So I was interested in trying it out for that reason. Plus it says it's waterproof. Now, if you've all ever tried the MAC Face and Body, that one is supposed to be waterproof too, and I really like that one. So I figured this may be like a heavier version of that. So that's really what made me want to try it out. Also, it says it can be used as a concealer. So in the video, I will be using it as a concealer as well underneath my eyes. So if you're interested in seeing what I think of this foundation, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've already cleansed and primed my face, and the primer that I use is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. And I typically use this when I'm trying out a foundation just because it really doesn't do much for my skin anyway. So next I'm going to start by shaking the foundation up. And again, I'm wearing the shade NC45. And it comes sealed, so that's nice. Alright, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit onto the back of my hand. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's kind of creamy, kind of like typical foundation. It doesn't like very much, so I'm going to squeeze a little bit more. It feels kind of cooling just going on my hand, so that's kind of cool. See how it feels when I apply it. So the brush I'm going to be using is the Sedona Lace FB07, which is just a flat top synthetic kabuki. Okay, so this is one half of my face done, and I'm actually quite surprised that I do like it so far. A lot of MAC foundations are a little bit on the heavier side, so I'm glad that this one is kind of on the lighter side from what I can see so far. It felt really good and kind of cooling going on. It's giving me probably a light coverage, but I did apply very little. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face, and then I'll just build it up in the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. Okay, so this is what it looks like, one light layer of foundation all over my face. And like I said, it's giving me probably a light to maybe medium coverage actually. And that's just with very little product. It looks like a pretty good match for my skin. I don't notice where it's accentuated any dryness. Or it doesn't look oily either. It kind of looks like a natural satin finish. So far I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and just apply a little bit more. In the areas where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. I didn't apply anything just now though, for the record. I just saw a place I kind of needed to blend a little bit. Okay, so I'm done with the foundation. I just applied a little bit more on my cheeks where I feel like I need a bit more coverage. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. Now, this foundation does say it can be used as a concealer as well. So what we're going to do for concealer today is I used up all the foundation that was on my hand already. I'm just going to take a little bit more and dot it underneath my eyes. The brush I'm going to be using for concealer is the Sigma F64 Soft Blend Concealer Brush. Now, I will say that this definitely does not have the coverage of the regular MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. That gives a lot more coverage, so... But for what I'm doing, this will be fine. It did conceal underneath my eyes though, but it's a lot, it's very lightweight feeling, and it's not as heavy of a coverage as the Longwear concealer if you're used to using that by MAC. So yeah, I do like the way it looks though. So hopefully this doesn't oxidize too much or turn cakey on me. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more to my face. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so I am done applying the rest of my makeup. I went ahead and set underneath my eyes with my NARS loose powder like I always use. Then I applied blush, bronzer, and highlight. Did not set the rest of my face because I really didn't feel like this foundation needed it. And actually, as I was applying the rest of my makeup, I could see that it was starting to look a little dry down here. Sorry if y'all can hear my dog barking. There's like a horn honking outside and he's going crazy, so. But anyway, what was I saying? It was starting to look a little bit dry down here on my chin, which is typically one of my oilier areas. So yeah, if you have dry skin, I'm not sure how this will work for you. Like I said, I did apply moisturizer, so it doesn't look bad, but I could see that if I applied powder on top of it, it was gonna be a no-go for me. So I do like the way it looks so far. And I'm sorry I'm looking down on my mirror. But I like the way it looks so far. It's pretty, it gives me like a satin finish. It's not matte, it's not dewy. So if you have oily skin, it still might be a foundation you can wear, even though it says it's supposed to be nourishing, which usually is synonymous with hydrating. So yeah, if you have oily skin, this still might work for you, because like I said, I don't really see where it's making me dewy at all, and not at first application anyway. So I will go ahead and come back to you guys in a few hours and let you know how it's holding up. Right now the time is 12:01, and yeah, I will see you guys soon. I'm back and the time is now 5:49. So I've had this makeup on almost 6 hours. And I have to say it's holding up pretty well. Underneath my eyes I do have some creasing. Y'all remember I used it as a concealer, so that probably would not suggest using it as a concealer. Not underneath the eyes anyway, probably just on the face. Because like I said, it is creasing and it's been creasing since I put it on pretty much. So, and I did set it. Other than that, the foundation pretty much looks the same for the most part as when I first applied it. I am getting a little bit of shine in my T-zone area, but not very much. And it looks just like a natural glow. It doesn't look like I'm sweaty or look like I'm oily at all. It might look like it on camera just because of the bright light on me, but in person it looks just like a natural glow, like a healthy, youthful glow. So I'm happy with that. I have not noticed where the foundation is breaking up any. However, I did notice that on my forehead I do have a little bit of dryness. It's like the foundation has kind of accentuated a little bit of dryness on my forehead. So again, I'm not sure how this would work with people with dry skin. Next time I wear this foundation, I'm definitely going to use a more hydrating primer. Just to see how it works with that, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, other than that, it looks good to me. I like the way it's looking. It still feels good on the skin. Feels lightweight, which is nice. And I've been out running around in the hot, sun. It's like over 90 degrees here today. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I will come back a little bit later and give you a final, my final thoughts on it for the day. See you soon. So I am back and the time is now 9:30 p.m. And as you can see, I am shiny now, mainly in my T-zone. Just a tad big on my cheeks, but I do have highlighter on here. So right here is where I can really see the shine breaking through, and forehead and chin. So I'm gonna go ahead and blot on camera just to see how it looks after I blot. Okay, so after blotting, it does look a lot better. My foundation is definitely still on, so that's a plus. I think my coverage is pretty much the same, to be honest, so that's definitely a plus. I'm sorry, I'm looking at myself in the mirror here. Yeah, blush is still intact, highlighter and bronzer is still intact. And like I said, guys, it's been pretty hot today, so I don't really sweat too much on my face, so I can't really speak on that, whether it's waterproof or not, but it did hold up throughout my, you know, throughout my day. And even though I got a bit oily, I don't see that the foundation looks like it broke up in those areas where I got oily. So that's definitely a plus. So as of right now, I do have to say I like this foundation. I think it would work well for people with normal to oily skin tones or skin types. Of course, if you're oily, you definitely want to set it. I did not set it, but in the future, I probably will try to maybe use the setting spray or either combine it with a radiant primer and then do a light setting powder on top. Not sure about that. But yeah, do what works for your skin. You know your skin. Some people need to set every foundation. I'm not one of those people. But if you set every foundation, you're gonna have to set this one too. But yeah, I do like it. I'm glad that there's finally a MAC foundation that I like. And yeah, I'm gonna keep trying out this foundation and try it some of those ways that I talked about. And yeah, I will let you guys know either in a favorites video or some sort of update. I'm thinking about doing a foundation overview because I try a lot of foundations. It's like one of my favorite products to try, especially one of my favorite products to review for you. I just think they're helpful. So I'm thinking about doing some sort of foundation overview, probably on my blog though, or I might either do like a Fab 5 foundation video here on YouTube. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in any of that. Also, let me know if you've tried this foundation and how you like it and how it worked out for you. Hey y'all, I'm back, and it's been about 4 days since I did the last portion of this video. Basically, I wanted to come back on because I just wasn't completely satisfied with my results that I got using the MAC Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, this. So yeah, I continued to test it out and try it different ways. So the ways that I tried it were, I tried it with a beauty blender, still using a primer. I tried it with the beauty blender with a radiant primer. I tried it with a brush and the radiant primer. And then as you all saw in the video, I tried it with a brush and like a regular primer. And I have to say, after trying it all those ways, oh, the other way I tried it was actually mixed with my MAC Face and Body, this here. So after trying it all those ways, I think I have a pretty good, you know, feeling about it at this point. And I'm actually gonna be taking it back. I felt like no matter what way I wore it, it ended up looking the same. I just really was not impressed with the way it made my skin look. To me, I mean, it looked nice and it looked nice on camera. And I think on the first day that I did this, I was kind of more, I was fooled because I was looking at it on camera. But when I actually looked at my face close up in a mirror, I could see that it just wasn't my best look. It just kind of made my skin look dry in some areas that are not usually dry. Now again, that could be due to my skin type. So, you know, if you have oily skin, don't rule this foundation out. This might actually be great for you. But if you have combination or dry skin, you know, you could still try it, but you might have to do some playing around with it. But for me, I just have too many foundations that I really like. And this one, I wasn't impressed with the way it looked on my skin to want to work with it anymore and try to find out more ways. I feel like I tried it enough ways, and I actually feel like it accentuated some texture on my face as well. Now, I'm not wearing it today just because all I'm wearing today is a BB cream. I just slapped on something real quick. So yeah, but I did want to come back and just let you guys know that I will be returning this to Nordstrom, and I hate doing that, but you know, it's $30-something. I might as well use it towards something else that I like. Plus, I'm gonna be trying out another foundation. I'm just waiting on it to come in the mail. So I'll be doing that review soon. So, you know, sorry. I'm sure this is gonna work really well for some of you all. If you have tried this foundation, then make sure you leave it in the comments below so we can see how it worked for you. But for me, no go. It's going back. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.